Welcome back to the channel, my spooky friends. I'm Sam, and tonight we're plunging headfirst into the chilling world of ghost animals. These aren't your typical ghost stories. These are tales of undying loyalty, lingering spirits, and the mysterious bonds between humans and their animal companions. So turn down the lights, get comfortable, and prepare to meet three ghost animals whose stories will send shivers down your spine. Our first story takes us to a quiet suburban home where a loyal German shepherd named Baron once lived and breathed. This serene neighborhood was the backdrop to a tale of unwavering loyalty and love. Baron was more than just a pet. He was his owner, Emily's best friend, confidant, and protector. Their days were filled with joy, laughter, and the simple pleasures of companionship. They were inseparable, their bond unbreakable. Every morning they would walk together, and every evening they would sit by the fireplace, sharing a quiet moment. But tragedy struck when Baron, in a selfless act of courage, defended Emily from a vicious stray dog. The attack was sudden and brutal, but Baron didn't hesitate for a second. He saved her life, but in doing so, he took his last breath. Emily was devastated. The loss of her loyal companion left a void that seemed impossible to fill. The silence in the house was deafening, the emptiness unbearable. Every corner of the home echoed with memories of Baron, making his absence even more profound. She missed Baron's warm body leaning against hers, his reassuring barks, the comforting rhythm of his paws padding alongside her. The house felt cold and lifeless without him. One night, Emily awoke to the distinct sound of claws clicking against the hardwood floor. Her heart leaped. Could it be? The familiar sound brought a rush of emotions. She crept out of bed and peered down the hallway. The anticipation was almost too much to bear. In the dim moonlight, she saw a shadowy figure near the spot where Baron used to sleep. It was him. The sight was both eerie and comforting. His shape was unmistakable, even if his form was translucent. The ghostly figure of Baron brought a sense of peace to Emily's troubled heart. He looked up at her, his ghostly tail thumping softly against the floor. It was as if he was letting her know that he was still there, watching over her. From that night on, Baron's spectral presence became a source of comfort for Emily. She no longer felt alone, knowing that her loyal protector was still by her side. She'd often feel his unseen presence beside her, a warm pressure against her leg as if he was still by her side. It was a gentle reminder of the bond they shared. One evening, as Emily walked home alone, a group of teenagers approached her, their intentions clearly malicious. Fear gripped her. The night seemed to close in around her. Suddenly, a deep, guttural growl echoed through the night. It was a sound that sent chills down her spine. The teenagers froze, their eyes wide with terror. The growl was unmistakable, and it was coming from a place they couldn't see. Standing protectively in front of Emily was Baron, his ghostly form now more solid, his teeth bared in a menacing snarl. He was ready to defend her once again. The teenagers, their bravado shattered, fled into the night. The presence of the spectral dog was too much for them to handle. Emily, safe once more, knelt down and reached out to her loyal protector. Her heart was filled with gratitude and love. "Thank you, boy," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. The bond between them was as strong as ever. Baron, his mission accomplished, faded into the darkness, leaving Emily with a profound sense of love and gratitude. His spirit would always be with her, a guardian angel in the form of a loyal dog. Our next story takes us to the hallowed halls of the old Blackwood Library, a place steeped in history and whispered secrets. The library, with its towering shelves and labyrinthine aisles, held more than just books within its walls. For years, the library had been home to a sleek black cat named Midnight. Midnight was a fixture in the library, as much a part of its character as the dusty books and the smell of aged paper. He was a silent observer of the library's many visitors. He could often be found curled up on a pile of books, his emerald eyes gleaming in the dim light. watching over the readers and researchers who frequented the library, or slinking through the towering bookshelves, his presence felt but rarely seen. His movements were as silent as the turning of a page. But midnight, like all creatures, eventually reached the end of his 9th life. His passing was a somber event, marking the end of an era for the library. The library staff mourned his passing, his absence leaving a palpable void in the quiet atmosphere. The corners where he once slept now felt emptier, and the library seemed to echo with a sense of loss. Soon, strange things began to happen. The once peaceful library became a place of unexplained phenomena. Books would fly off shelves, seemingly of their own accord, as if an invisible hand was at play. Papers rustled in the dead of night, creating an eerie symphony that unsettled even the bravest of souls. And then there were the sightings, fleeting glimpses of a black cat darting through the aisles, its eyes glowing ominously in the darkness. It was as if midnight had never truly left. At first, the staff dismissed these incidents as pranks or figments of their imagination. They tried to rationalize the events, attributing them to natural causes. But as the occurrences grew more frequent and intense, they couldn't ignore the unsettling feeling that something was amiss. The library's atmosphere grew heavier, charged with an unspoken tension. One evening, as the librarian, Mrs. Hawthorne, was locking up for the night, she heard a soft meow coming from the back of the library. It was a sound she hadn't heard since midnight's passing. Her heart pounded in her chest. The familiar sound filled her with a mix of fear and nostalgia. She cautiously made her way toward the sound, her hand trembling as she reached for the light switch. The library seemed to hold its breath. As the fluorescent lights flickered on, Mrs. Hawthorne gasped. The sight before her was both impossible and undeniable. There, sitting on a stack of books, was Midnight. His presence was as real as it had been in life. His black fur shimmered in the artificial light, his emerald eyes fixed on her with an unnerving intensity. It was as if he was trying to communicate something. Mrs. Hawthorne stood frozen, unsure of what to do. The moment stretched on, filled with a silent conversation between the living and the spectral. Midnight slowly blinked, then vanished into thin air, leaving Mrs. Hawthorne in stunned silence. The library felt different, as if it had been touched by the supernatural. From that night on, Midnight's ghostly presence became a part of the library's lore. His story was whispered among the staff and visitors alike. Some feared him, while others saw him as a mischievous guardian of the books he had loved so much in life. Midnight's spirit continued to watch over the library, ensuring that its secrets remained safe. Our final story takes us to the desolate plains of the American West, where legend has it that a magnificent white stallion still roams the land, a beacon of hope for lost souls. This spectral steed is said to appear when the night is at its darkest and the air is thick with mystery. The horse, known only as Phantom, was said to have belonged to a kind-hearted rancher who had been tragically killed in a flash flood many years ago. The rancher was well loved in the community, known for his generosity and his deep bond with Phantom. The rancher's body was found, but Phantom was never recovered, his fate forever shrouded in mystery. Some say he was swept away by the flood, while others believe he chose to stay behind, waiting for his master to return. Over the years, there have been countless tales of travelers lost and disoriented on the desolate stretch of road known as Willow Creek Road, a place where the line between reality and the supernatural seems to blur. Their hope dwindling with each passing moment, these weary souls often find themselves on the brink of despair, feeling the weight of the endless night pressing down upon them. Just when their spirits are at their lowest, a brilliant white light appears in the distance, cutting through the darkness like a beacon of salvation. And out of the shimmering haze emerges Phantom, his coat gleaming like moonlight, his mane flowing in the wind. His presence is both awe-inspiring and comforting, a sight that fills the lost travelers with renewed hope. He approaches the stranded travelers with a grace that seems almost otherworldly, his gentle eyes seeming to understand their plight, offering them a silent promise of safety. Without hesitation, they mount the spectral steed, feeling an inexplicable trust in this ghostly guide, and he guides them safely off the treacherous road, leading them to the nearest town or settlement, his steps sure and steady. Once they are safe, Phantom disappears as quickly as he appeared, vanishing into the night like a wisp of smoke, leaving behind only the echo of his thundering hooves, a sound that lingers in the air long after he is gone, and a sense of profound gratitude in the hearts of those he has rescued, a feeling that stays with them for the rest of their lives. Some say Phantom is the rancher's loyal companion, forever bound to the land he loved, a guardian spirit watching over the plains. Forever bound to the land he loved, his spirit roaming the desolate plains, a silent protector of the night, watching over those who dare to venture into his domain, ensuring that no soul is left to wander alone. Others believe he is a celestial being, a guardian angel in the form of a horse, sent from the heavens to guide lost souls to safety, a divine presence in the guise of a spectral steed, sent to guide lost souls to safety, his mission to protect and to save. Whatever the truth may be, the legend of Phantom endures, a story that continues to captivate and inspire. Phantom's legend continues to be passed down through generations, a tale told by campfires and in hushed whispers, a story that refuses to fade, a testament to the enduring bond between man and animal, a bond that transcends even death itself, even in the face of death. The spectral steed of Willow Creek Road remains a symbol of hope, loyalty, and the unbreakable connection between a horse and his master. And there you have it, 3 bone-chilling tales of ghost animals that never left. Their stories remind us that the bonds we share with our animal companions transcend even death itself. If you enjoyed tonight's journey into the paranormal, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more spine-tingling content. And if you have any ghostly animal encounters of your own, share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, my friends, sleep tight and keep a watchful eye for the spirits that may be watching over you.